and welcome to the third Philly Trade Psychological Rants. I know these videos are really basic, and there's not a lot of effort. It's literally just me ranting. And for today's topic or subject, it is about the art of just letting things be. I think I had that encounter today of just letting things be. You lost, you won, it's okay. You can't really change it. I mean, if you do try to change it, you have a higher possibility of losing again or winning again. It could turn out any other way. And more on that topic of just like, it's, in simple terms, it's just accepting things for just how they are. I guess that definitely is extremely hard for people, and I would say I'm one of them. But it does not mean you stay the same. It does not mean you stay the same, because if you're staying the same, you will not improve. And I try to improve every day that I can, even if it's 0.1%. That's still me being better than the man I was yesterday. And I find that extremely important to me, because if I'm able to improve every day, think of me from a year from now. That's so much progress. Extremes amount of progress. These small amounts of effort compound each day. And I just like this trading journey that I've been on these past, I believe it's 76, maybe 77. I haven't been keeping track. It's been extremely stressful. It's taught me a lot of things that I needed to accept and just get on with what in my life. Whether that be accepting wins, accepting losses, and just accepting that I am not as good as I thought I was, and that's okay. Just being at peace with what reality is, because the second you run from reality is the second it'll hit you as hard as it can, and I promise you that is not the position that you would want to be in. Accepting things for what it is and the reality of it is perfectly okay. There's nothing wrong with it. In fact, running from reality and running from the outcome that just happened it's extremely bad. You're trying to control something that you failed controlling. And I think trying to control every outcome will always lead to a negative outcome. The reason why I say that is, if you try to control something that you cannot control, right? Let's say, in this case, right? Trading. Trading is the strangest job on the planet, right? Because it's something that, in the topic of today, it's something you cannot control and that you have to accept. Win or loss doesn't matter, right? Because at the end of the day, it's like it never happened. Erased from time. And all we have is a memory of what happened. That's all it is. It's accepting the win or loss, the setback, the 3 million steps forward. If you won big, lost big, it doesn't matter. Because I guarantee you, the next day will be better. I guarantee that. And if it's not, the next day will be better, right? And sort of linking this to, I think, Philly Rants 2, you have to think optimistically, right? Because as soon as you start shifting towards a mindset of negativity, you start thinking pessimistically. Okay, so I'm about to sidetrack here, but it has to do with the idea of thinking pessimistically or negatively. I don't even think I said that right. Negatively, sorry. As you can tell, these are very raw, uncut videos, so there will be a lot of mistakes like this. So yeah, okay, I'm sidetracking myself. Okay, let me get back to the thing. So I watched a lot of videos and read some stuff about sort of the law of attraction, as I really, really do believe that, and that whatever you do, whatever you think, whatever you say, you will sort of vibrate that frequency of, you'll start like your negative thoughts, your pessimistic thoughts, your words, everything, you will vibrate at such a negative frequency that you'll start attracting negative things, right? And that's why I always preach, think positive even if it's a bad day, because it could get a lot better, you know. In trading terms, you're just in a pullback, and that the higher, in the wise words of Timmy, the higher time frame is bullish, right? And all you're in is in a higher low, because your lows in life will never be as low as your major swing lows. All right, let me repeat that. Your lows will never be as low as your swing lows, because I promise you, even if it is a low, right, you learn something from it. And that is what I believe all trading is a learning experience. It's not about the money, it's about the growth that comes with it, which to me, I've come to realize that it's worth more than diamonds, it's worth more than gold, it's worth more than money could ever buy. And so yeah, now we're back. Okay, I got sidetracked again. Let's get back to the sort of law of attraction, how thinking positively will bring positivity to you, right? Right. I really do believe that, and that if all you're doing is thinking optimistically, you will see, it's like, it'll be like a cartoon. Everything, I mean, not obviously, like but you'll start to see the world in such a different aspect. And what I really mean by this is you'll start really noticing all the positive things that the world has given to you that you've ignored because you've been thinking so pessimistically, you've only had negative thoughts, all this stuff, right? And I believe for the past, gosh, that really does, you can, like, I don't know if you hear it, but my tone is a little bit emotional. For the past 70 days, it's been straight just negative thoughts. What if I don't make it? I'm really scared to lose. What if this doesn't work? What if I fail? What if I just never win? That's never the case. Like, that's just never the case. And to compare this to, like, sports, for example, which is a very popular subject, the percentage of people that actually go pro in their sport, it's smaller than people that become profitable in day trading. I think from, like, I'm trying to remember the specific data set that I was told from my buddy Sam Coles, and he told me that I think it's like point something actually go pro, and I think like 2 to 5% go to college or D1 specifically. And it's like, you never even thought about that. You really don't. You're kind of just doing it, right? And I know that might not relate to anything I'm saying, but the main idea is to not care about these statistics, right? Because I believe that in everything you do, as my mom and plenty of other moms have said to their sons, daughters, whatever, if you start it, you must finish it. And I really do believe that. If you start something, you must finish it. You must finish it. because there is no glory, there's no success from giving up, and all you're doing is contributing to that 99 or 90 plus percentage of statistics. You're part of that. You're part of the people that gave up, and I promise you that pain hurts a lot more than failing. I guarantee you that. I can bet $1 billion and win that pain from failing, or if not, sorry, excuse me, from giving up will hurt a lot more than failing once, maybe failing 100 times, right? I can guarantee you that. But yeah, back to the sort of acceptance part of this sort of rant. I believe we still got about 27 minutes to have 27 minutes left, something in that nature. Accepting doesn't always have to like feel a certain way or be a certain way. Acceptance is just walking away from it. Might not even be closure, might not. Just the idea of acceptance is, to me personally, this is purely opinion, right? I think it's just this walking away from something. Obviously, like, it's still gonna affect you, right? But you're walking away from something. Like, in trading terms, you're walking away from a losing trade. Because I guarantee you, the second you revenge trade, the second you FOMO, you greed, you have a higher voice crack. Excuse me. You have a higher probability of of losing the trade. I was gonna say voice cracking, because, jeez. But oh my god, I absolutely got sidetracked by that voice crack. That voice crack was horrendous, people. Okay, don't clown me in the comments. But yeah, acceptance, I guess, to me over the years has really just been walking away from something. And it's like, take this for example. It's like you're in a heated argument with a person, right? And you keep arguing, you keep attaching emotional restraint to it. It's like you're handcuffed, right? You're simply just walking away from imaginary handcuffs. Because I guarantee you, the second you give emotional attachment, the second you do all this, is you're like, it's like you're letting someone hold you down or something per se. And you're walking away from something. Whether it be someone, or in our case, a losing trade. It's okay. Just walk away. It's okay to walk away. There's no shame in just walking away. I'm not saying to give up, alright? I'm not saying that at all. Okay, let me put that out there. I'm not saying to give up at all. Alright, I'm saying that sometimes it is best to give up. No, sorry, freaking, I don't know why my mind is thinking about giving up. It's best to walk away. Sorry. Let me clear it. It's best to just walk away. I don't know my mind is in a lot of places. But yeah, I had to do that this morning to put things into perspective. Like, my setup was there this morning and I didn't take it. Unfortunate. I took off momentum, but that's for later in the video when I explain the setup and everything, just how my brain was. Yeah, I took 2 more trades than what I was supposed to, which is 1 trade a day, and I could have walked away with 400, maybe 500, almost 600 in profit, but I didn't accept it for what it was, and I didn't walk away. Right? And that's why it's very important you understand what acceptance is. Because the more you try to not accept it, the more you try to force it, you're going to get the complete opposite reaction from what you were originally wanting. most of the time that will happen, especially in trading, because when you're trading, you're trying to control an outcome, right? No, that's not what it is. You're trading off a supposed high probability setup that you found on the internet, through whether it be through YouTubers, TikTok, maybe even your own discretion, right? And sorry, I don't know if you heard that. I was on FaceTime. But I guess to me, I like I still need to do that. I'm not saying that like I don't know if you hear that, a little buzzing. But my lovely girlfriend Sid is texting me. She's been listening to me rant for about 16 minutes. Yes, 16 minutes. And yeah, okay, that's sidetracked. We're getting sidetracked again. I'm so sorry. But acceptance it's extremely hard because no one wants to accept the reality of things, right? No one, like, obviously, like, that's just reality. No one wants to accept the harsh, cold reality of things sometimes. And also, not everything is a harsh, cold reality, all right? That goes on to my next thing of thinking optimistically and in a positive mind, right? You see things optimistically, you see things positively, it'll change your world. Same with thinking pessimistically and thinking very negatively. You will see things through that lens. And I really gosh, that just fits so well with one of my like psychology lessons is that's on my whiteboard. Reshaping your perspective reshapes your reality, right? I'm gonna say that again. Reshaping your perspective reshapes your reality, people. It really does. Like, it really, 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 really does. Right? Oh, you start thinking everything's going great, everything will go great. You start thinking everything's going terrible, everything will continue to go terrible. Alright? You have to change your perspective. You have to accept what is. You have to step into what is. You need to stop thinking on what if this, if ignore that. That is your brain literally ignoring the reality of what just happened. You need to accept what is and move on. But that doesn't mean you think in a negative manner. You think, okay, this happened, I'm okay. I'm gonna think better this time. I'm gonna do better, right? You're not thinking of like, oh, I suck, I need to do better. No. Oh, I improved on this. I did great on this. I'm gonna improve other things so I can keep being great. You see how the tone shifts, the mind shifts when you say great things like that. You say positive things like that. Your brain, you're literally rewiring your brain through your words. And my mom, I love my mama for telling me this. She's literally told me your words can be your greatest asset or your worst enemy. Your words hold so much more power than you realize. Man, I love my mom. She's the number one woman in my life, right next to my girlfriend, whom, not jinxing this, knocking on wood, soon, maybe in the future, be my wife. Who knows? Anything can happen. But I truly think she is the woman for me. I truly think my girlfriend is the woman for me. If you're watching this, Sid, I know there's a big fat smile on your face, but yeah, back to the sort of acceptance, sort of just walking away part that I want to get back to. I want to retouch that, because I know there's a lot of words being said, especially when I said, "I'll just give up." I did not mean that, people. My mind and brain are not. They're not. How do I say this? They're not connecting properly. Okay. My mind sometimes thinks differently, and yeah. Okay. Okay. Back to the subject at hand. Accepting, like, sometimes it's more peaceful than you think it is, right? Let's say you're not over that girl, you're not over that boy. You need to accept for what it is. Yes, it might have looked like they were gonna be your soulmate forever until they weren't, and that's okay. I really do believe it in my heart that everyone has their soulmate. Right? I really do believe that. It's up to you to accept it, to be honest. But yeah, acceptance, my friends. Learning to walk away, learning to think positively and not negatively. Please do these things, and I promise you, you will change your reality in ways that you couldn't even fathom. But please, it changed me, and I guarantee you it will change you. That is all for today, ladies and gentlemen. Have a blessed day. I love all you guys. Be safe, think positive, and accept, and walk away.